It's just the information on that which in the market material, they only recognize it to us. The information of documents, it holds the documents, the rules, and the ownership. It's just the documents that I have to send to the people who have told me that belongs to us. The second thing is the equity system, nature. Equity system, this is how you go to redistribute the company, because if you don't give us salary and you don't give us payment, you have to pay away the inflation of this thing, because if people who feel the law and big objectives, if they can't work towards the mission, which they do, that's why we have to increase the system. Okay, we have a project because this goes to a big problem and development work.
I have tried positioning it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Let it be there. I'll just have to talk to you. I just have to keep you entertained. But don't worry. So I'll be talking to myself. I'll be talking to myself, but in such a way that I will be storytelling about my life, about how I see things, about how I think the company is going to work, about what I literally think. Speaking my mind out as I'm calling. I'm not this guy called Davis someone. There's this guy called Davis someone. So this guy built an operating system by himself. He was paranoid as fuck. He thought that people were following him, the CIA. I don't know like what he was on. Maybe it was the kind of drug that he was on. But I don't know like why was it that abnormal? Was it that abnormal, or was it just faking it? You know, some people just do things because because they can. They ain't mad. They know exactly what they are doing, but they keep doing it because they know even if they do it, even if they don't, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. So they take advantage of that, and they are able to commit huge amounts of damage or maybe prosperity. I don't know, anything they want to achieve, because it is kind of psychotic. I don't know, it's psychotic, and that makes them be so much superior, have better ideas, encounter problems in a such a way that they will be able to solve them easily. So, what's up, people? Yet again, Evans Ongwae from Kenya, the founder of Wildest Industries. So, it has been a long journey trying to come up with this information that I have here. The last video that I made, the last live stream that I did, I was trying to talk about how I planned everything, because I said if I want to be a leader and to coordinate people, how will I be able to do that? To find people who have better skills and who have a mission that they want to achieve. They have something to prove. So these are the people that I want. People who are divergent thinkers. People who want to build their own things, their own businesses. So I go to universities and I find these students. So what I do before everything else, I write a mission, an ownership, a mission, rules and ownership document, which will guide on the mission and the essentials that they need to understand about the company before they get started on anything. But before we do that, I create. Okay, let me go in linear. Then I will explain why I do everything the way I did. So I don't know if I recorded these statements on the last video that I streamed, because the camera started having. So if you didn't watch, okay, watch. If you did just jump ahead, I might be helping, and something is that. The second thing, I have to design an equity system. An equity system which is written. The way we are going to redistribute the company. Look, if you start a project, we have to give people credit where they need that credit. I say, we have to give people credit because we are not giving internships and we are not paying our salaries. We are not in that level yet, that stability, because we are startups. What we will do is we will give out equity on the level of involvement of the person. So they will own. Everyone will be an owner, a partner of that system that we are going to build. The third thing I did is because this is a big company and it has a small project which some people, they may know each other, others may not know each other. They are going to work on those projects, and these projects are many, because I'm going to find a lot of people from different. I'm not going to stay on one project. That is what I think. If I had to go and do a project alone, I will have to get myself involved. So I will look for different lot of projects and sort it to levels, to different kinds of people who are going to work on them. So my work is to assign them and give them the architecture, the way they should work, and make everything easier for them to work, and come up with the projects and come up with the things they need. And this is going to be difficult because if I have to coordinate a lot of people, it is going to be a lot difficult. But I have to find those people who are willing to work on a mission, because if someone is willing and able to put a mission which is bigger than himself in front of him, then that man has a great deal, has a great honor. He wants to sacrifice everything for the cause, and that is the most important thing. That is actually romanticizing. So the fourth, this small projects, they are going to have a template. I'm going to design a template on how I'm going to approach the people who are going to work on it, the problems it is going to solve, what we should be asking before we even start a project. Every project is going to have members, either who are going to work independently without involving other projects, or members who are going to collaborate between these different projects. We are going to use the common tools, common coding tools, and communication tools that we find freely available online, because we can't do most of the things. Try to build AI automations that are going to solve our problems. And okay, let's move on. So I made a Telegram private channel which is clean for announcements. We are going to send the announcements there. So Drive, we have a Google Drive where we are going to organize everything we do, we document, then we store it on the Drive. If it is a long videos like this one, either in my channel or we create another channel that I'm going to post videos about each project and how to market it from there. But we haven't reached that point yet, so when we get to that level, I'll have to go and expand the team, try to look for marketing people on social media people who want to partner with us on our projects. So then I'm going to design a recruitment message. I already did this and I think it is pretty much okay, but I will have to expand on some few things here and there that are so specific to the project, to the people who I want to, because I think I'm going to make the two things: people who want to join Heavy Industries and people who want to work on a specific project. I can't be assigning people to a project. Maybe if I list projects, then people choose the kind of project they are going to work on. Okay, so we have trial tasks. This, we are not going to hold interviews because we don't care about papers, we don't care about experience, we care about the output. So we are going to give out tasks and which are prepared, and these recruits can work on them and let enable us to see whether they are skilled enough to be welcomed to this massive and beautiful company of ours. So lastly, we did talk about removal rules. If people do not cooperate, even if they are talented or they try to bring politics into the company, they have to be eliminated with immediate effect, because we don't want competition and politics in business. That is how it works. We have set rules which are in the mission, rule and ownership document about these kinds of behaviors that will get you removed from the project. So with that being said, let's head straight into the job. So good. Your answers are coherent. More importantly, internally consistent. That means phase one. Okay, we have a lot of phases, but phase one is for locking in. But before we close it, I will tighten and formalize it so it becomes operational, not just conceptual. I will do three things. Normalize and shape your inputs. Expose any hidden risks. Lock phase one into the founder operating identity. Then and only we move to phase two. So, phase one, this is the creating the identity and authority. So we finalized phase one. We said that I will the role, locked and primary role. So we have So we have two different types of roles. Okay, we have two different types of roles. We have the founder role, which is locked always. So the vision, direction, scout, identify problems and come up with the projects and the markets and angles. Select which ideas enters heavily, because some people might try to bring on radical ideas which are not beneficial, and then we have to cut them off. Control spin-outs and timing. I am the one who is going to say that the project must now be live and deployed. Not to bring any politics, but that is how it is going to be. If I want what this means operationally, I do not execute tasks unless strategically necessary. I do not compete with contributors in their domains. If you are a front-end, you do front-end, I will never interfere with you unless we are working on a project and I have to contribute to it. You are not the choke point. I am the choke point. I am the choke point of direction, not left. Because for anchor. I will collapse them into one dominant source of authority. I control project selection, spin-outs, equity allocation, and external representation. Everything else flows from this. Everything else, like the whole company runs from controlling the project selection, spin-outs, these are the projects that are going to be deployed, equity allocation, this is how we're going to redistribute the company and everything, and even that means labor, and external presentation. How are we going to market and who is going to be the face of each project? Because the face of Heavless has its own face, but the project has to have its own face. And okay, so let's continue on. Implication: no project exists without my approval. No equity is final without my confirmation. No external communication represents Heavless Industries without me. This eliminates parallel power centers early. Authority style locked. I choose correctly. Okay. Active authority styles. I don't want to go deep into that because authority. I choose correctly. Active authority styles. Standard based authority. Clear rules. Consistent enforcement. Zero emotional exceptions. The second type of authority is speed-based authority, fast decisions, bias towards action, willingness to be wrong quickly. Explicitly, not used, charisma-based authority, consensus-based leadership, emotional motivation. Risk to watch. Speed without standards creates chaos. Standards without speed creates stagnation. Equilibrium and equity is the must maintain both. I must maintain this balance between speed and standards. So, equity and external control. My statement: I decide equity allocation. I represent organization externally. I will formalize at this. Founder veto principle. Final authority over equity, project continuation, and external commitments resides with the CEO. This will be written into phase 2 document. No negotiation later. Non-negotiable boundaries. This must be strong. My no list is solid and mature. Inconsistent contributors, friends receiving special treatment, emotional arguments about equity. That is a big no-no to the company. We translate this into enforceable rule. Equity is learned. Equity is earned through output, not emotion, history, or leadership relationship. Anyone who violates this rule is removed without debate. Time commitment: 42 hours each week. I think that is enough to command respect. That is enough to say sustainable. I think it signals seriousness without desperation. So importantly, I must protect my time for direction, review, and decisions. I'm not firefighting. I have fighters. I have to plan the strategy. Identity and language. My title is CEO Evans Ongwae. CEO Evans Ongwae. You shall address me by role, and the language I'm going to use is we. So, okay, to sum it up in a conclusion, in a good old summary, is to say that the founder operating identity, CEO Evans Ongwae, vision and directional leader, opportunity gatekeeper, equity and spin-out authority, standard plus speed leadership, zero tolerance for inconsistency, favoritism, and emotional claims. This is now my internal constitution. So I have to move to phase 2, is it called construction of the building, where the building really starts. So, okay, but to say this, I am willing to remove people, even the talented ones, if they violate the standards or slow down execution. You see, your determination, whether Helveless becomes a real organization or a social club, depends on these things. And I'm not going to tolerate them. What else do I need to say before I go on? Bro, I'm done. Okay. I think it is going okay. I think it is going okay. So yesterday I was thinking that I'll open a YouTube channel which translates the TED talks to Swahili, or maybe I should do that. I don't know exactly. Can I download? How can I do that? I will be able to do that. I will be able to do anything I want to. So